Hey guys, this is Sean Sandridge and this is Nonstop November. I did have a video, but I didn't like how it turned out, and I'm doing this CrossFit and I just collapsed in bed. So don't worry, I'm going to make it up to you. But we are doing Nonstop November. So I'm checking in. It is late. I finally have fixed myself something to eat. I'm eating string beans, steamed string beans and fish. And if you catch me on my other social media platforms like Instagram, I post what I am doing with CrossFit and my workouts. I did not post my fish and green beans because it wasn't anything, spectacular. It's just something to get some food in me. And of course, Twitter, same name, keeping it simple. You can find me on Periscope and Snapchat. I do have those, but I'm not on them very often. And don't forget to hit that like button and hit that notification button so that you'll find out, maybe one of these days I'll just give you like 2 videos. So we will get through this Nonstop November. But I just wanted to come in because I wanted to talk about personal responsibility and personal accountability, and how we are not doing our children service by not giving them examples of why you should have personal responsibility and accountability. And I'm a really strong proponent of it, and I think that's because of my military training. You are responsible first and foremost to yourself by your actions, because you are aware that your actions affect other people. And I say this because, it's been going on through the news about Meek Mill going to jail, and about one of the Ball brothers from the basketball family, the middle child, who's in China with his team, and allegedly he has stolen something that, by all accounts, he can afford to buy. And it's a twofold thing. So let's talk about Meek Mill. Um, I watch Properly Bonafide and Sean Bradley, and I agree with them. I've told my children about that you have to do the right thing because it's the right thing to do, and you also have to take accountability for your actions. I've also told my children that, there are natural consequences, which is if you put your hand on a stove, you'll get burned. That's a natural consequence. There's also unintended consequences, which means that you may do behavior A, and behavior B, or consequence B, you don't know where that's going to go. And this is where the law comes in. And of course, I have children who are driving. I have a young adult. She's 18, graduated, and I've told them, you don't get to choose the consequence. All you get to do is choose your behavior. It is out of your hands how things go through the law and how the world works. And I have always been the kind of mom that I'm not here to coddle you. I'm here to be your teacher. I am your first teacher, and I'm here to teach you about how the world works. And I'd rather you do the things and be corrected by me, who has an emotional attachment to you, than the way the world will treat you, because they don't care. And the world will kick you in the teeth, will stomp you in your face with their consequences. See, I love you, and home and being with your mom and dad making mistakes is a soft place to fall, and you get corrected. And this whole thing about Meek Mill is that he has had a long track record, and he does not understand that first and foremost, you are accountable for your actions. And I'll be honest, because I don't follow his music, but I don't have a lot of patience or tolerance for people. Let's just say, Meek Mill is not a kid from Philly who is going through the system like other kids or like other young men. This is a man who has quite a bit of money. And if he doesn't know, he is paying attorneys to tell him what he should and should not do. So this isn't a young man who just doesn't know what he's supposed to do. This is a young man who is paying counsel about what he should and should not do. There is no, I am not feeling, don't cry for me, Argentina. I am not feeling bad for a man who has the means to get legal counsel and still doesn't do his part. And this is the thing that we don't do our children justice. Don't cry for Meek Mill. This is a teachable moment to say, listen, you have a part to play in your behavior and your actions, and there are consequences for it. Just like if you guys are parents, you tell your child, you do this and this is a consequence. Okay, they don't do it. All right, so you give them the consequence. You think that the consequence might be stiff enough so that they won't do it again, but they may a second time do it. So naturally, what you have to do is give a stiffer consequence. Human nature is that we only do things that, one, give us a payoff. Even if it's a bad situation, it's a payoff. And second, humans won't do things that cause them a lot of pain. See, I live in Northwest Indiana, and Chicago's in my back door. And there's a big difference in the traffic laws between Indiana and Chicago. Chicago has tons of red light cameras. And trust and believe, when I go into Illinois, I am definitely watching my speed. You know why? Because I don't want to pay the $100 for a red light camera. See, I like my money, and so that consequence is too high. So when I cross the border, you best believe I'm paying attention to the traffic laws and the speed, because I don't want to get a traffic ticket. And so the only thing I can say about Meek Mill is that he hasn't had enough pain for him to experience that he needs to correct his ways. And if I was the judge and I'm seeing time and time and time again, and see, this is the thing, this isn't like a judge who does not know this person. This is a judge, from what I've seen in the blogs, has had a long history. It's not like he's going from judge to judge to judge, and the judge is not weighing the behavior. This is a judge that has had a long history with him. So if you keep coming to my court, continually breaking probation, I need to up the ante. Because obviously the consequences that you're getting are not strong enough for you to even give it a second thought about, maybe I shouldn't even do that. Maybe I should talk to my attorney, who I'm paying good money for. Maybe I should talk to my probation officer. You're just doing what you want to do, and that is a blatant disregard. And no one wants to be disrespected, especially someone in authority does not want to be disrespected if they've laid down ground rules. And you're just saying, I don't care, I'm just going to do what I want to do. Now, this thing about one of the Ball brothers. To my supporters that have children, loved ones, family, friends who are going overseas, please talk to them about the finesse and the customs and courtesies of where you're going. See, I was lucky. When I came in the military, we always got briefings, newcomer briefings, they would call it. We all sit in the big auditorium and we would get these newcomer briefings, and we pretty much was told what to do, what not to do, things that were, applied to us as military people that we need to stay away from, places we shouldn't go. We were told those things. And a lot of things we were also told was to know that the laws, we are on foreign soil, which is a given, but it seems to be that people aren't listening to the fact that when you leave American soil and you do things on foreign soil, you are governed by those consequences. I remember a long time ago, a young man, I don't know if he was in the Philippines or in Thailand, and he did some kind of vandalism, and he was going to be like flogged by a bamboo stick like 10 times, something like that. I vaguely remember it, but it was all over the news. I mean, it was national news. The family was writing, senators and all that, and the pleading to bring him home because this, you know, young adult who should have known better, who was probably taught the basic rules: don't touch things that don't belong to you, don't, vandalize, and thought it was a prank and thought it was a joke. Why would people do things on foreign soil? Doesn't anybody watch MSNBC Lockup International? I mean, most foreigners say that US jails are like going to the park. Don't you guys think that these movies are somewhat real about what happens when you go on foreign soil? And when you're talking about places like Thailand, the Philippines, China, North Korea, they are not playing with their rules. That young man who went on that tour and did something that he wasn't supposed to do, when they took him off that plane, he was unconscious and then he died soon after. No one knows what happened. But they don't play over there. You've got to be cognizant of the rules and know that, what? I need to just basic custom and courtesies. Just, do my job, do what I'm supposed to do. Don't do anything that is obviously not right. Because what is a misdemeanor here will catch you a major case over the ponds, everywhere else. So I don't have tolerance for stuff like that. So let me know in the comments what you think. I'm going to upload this and then I'm going to just drop off to sleep. It's been rough. It's been rough. I got one more day and then I'm going to run tomorrow, and then I'm going to, what am I else going to do? I'm going to run tomorrow. Then I have CrossFit again. I'm going out with some friends. I'm going to have a girls' night. So I won't be at CrossFit, but I'm going to go dance. And I will tell you about that Friday. You'll see it on Saturday. All right. The second thing I want to talk about is this thing with Tyrese. And I've watched all these crazy videos. And, I thought Tyrese was okay. But I'm starting to think that he really, really wants a lot of attention. And that these videos are just trying to garner attention. I don't know if he has a book coming out. I saw on IG he actually was branding these Shayla Rocks sweatshirts, which is good because, go ahead and get your hustle. Then and it's just weird. It's just all weird. I didn't know he was weird, but this falls into where the cautionary tale of getting to know your celebrities, that you find out that who they are for real is not necessarily very likable. Someone talking about them being broke and then they're going to go take a jet to go support somebody in Atlanta to vote. Oh, I know what it was. His last one where he was talking about his chef, and that because he loves me and my family, that he was suffering for 5 days. Nah, man. He's an employee. Am I the only one that has gone to work sick as a dog because I knew I had to work? I'm a business owner, and there's many times I don't want to go to work, but because I'm the boss, I got to go to work. So, man, that chef wasn't sticking around because he loved you so much. He's trying to get his check. Why are you so self-absorbed? Anyway, put it down in the comments. Let me know what you think. Take care of yourself and each other. Thank you for stopping by, clicking on my video. Hit that notification button, and I will see you tomorrow, Nonstop November. Bye.